What's up guys, this is Gesture of None, welcome back to the forest. I have a fresh treehouse, a fresh perspective on our problems, and a deer! Okay, well that's a sign of good luck. This is going to be a better series. There's another one there, but I want to hang up this meat so I don't get distracted. So, let's talk about the series. As you may remember, I died dramatically in the last episode, where I had also a crazy frame rate and a bunch of other weird things happened. Like dying twice in a row. It was weird. Well, it wasn't weird that I died twice in a row. I died quite a lot because I'm not particularly competent as a gamer. But we faced the problem that we wanted to go up here and make a mountain base, but that we kept, like, it was just too hard to sustain. We couldn't get enough sticks to make fire, and we couldn't get enough cloth to keep making fire. I'm stuck in my... Okay, for briefly I was drying myself. Oh, let's get this one now. Yeah, we just couldn't do it. So I figured the best solution, this one too, the best solution to that, I'm really tearing up. The best solution to this situation is to build a base immediately next to where we would like to have our future base, and then to start from, is this full? It's not full. And then to continue from there and like gradually move up the hill. I built this quite far away just so we're definitely out of the icy area. But this is really, the function of this base is only to serve as a pit stop to get to this one up here, and oh, actually it's over there, where that hammer is. We're going to go there in a second. First though, I need to explain why I have a samurai sword that you might have seen me kill like 3 deers with, this one here. Before this episode began, I did this all as setup. We've got a bed, a log sled, a drying rack, and some fresh water, and we're also next to a pond, and we have a pot. We also have snowshoes, the katana, the flare gun, a quiver and a bow without any arrows, tons of explosives, both dynamite and crafted, a water skin, and a bunch of food. Whew. Oh, and a spear. We've got both the spears as well. So the reason I did this off camera is because there's no need, in my opinion, in making you guys watch a bunch of stuff that you've basically already seen me do. So I thought I'd just do this stuff off camera and then we can get started basically back at the same point we were. Didn't take long. I actually did it in vegetarian mode. Honestly, I didn't want to spend 6 hours off camera doing all this stuff, so I did it in about 2 hours off camera using vegan mode. But we're here now, and I've turned meat mode back on, so we should see attacks pretty soon. Let's get started with what we're going to do. The reason we have a ton of explosives there, by the way, is because I went into the cave where you get the katana, and I made some there, and I also went into the cave where we died last time, and found out that when you turn right, there is a bunch of explosives there. This series is now mostly just about this challenge. I really want to do this, and I want to see how well we can do. But from there on, I've basically done all of the things that I've been looking forward to do in the forest, all the things that keep me engaged with the forest. And that's not to say that I'm not enjoying it. Oh, I'm going to stop and let me go. Let me go. I need to build a fire before we die. Okay, let's light this and spend a little bit of time not dying. Perfect. So, while we're waiting, I'll talk. I've done basically all the things I've been interested to do in the forest. And I don't want to like drill this game into the ground. I don't want to make it so that I no longer enjoy it because of all the time I've spent forcing myself to like go through the checklist of all the things to do. Go to all the caves, build a base in this point, and then this point, and then this point. I really want to do just the things I'm interested in doing so that I enjoy it, because I'm very conscious that forcing yourself to play a game is the most boring thing to the people watching and to the player. So the other thing that's really changing is that instead of releasing 2 episodes a week, I'm going to release 1 on Fridays, which gives enough time basically to get the update and to play around with the new things that are released in the update, which is, I think, a nice compromise. I do want to keep playing the forest. I love the forest. I think it's a really great game, but I'm also very conscious of the fact that it's still in development, and there's a lot that's going to change in it, and that there's not any real stopping point. Like, it's not even, strictly speaking, possible to win in the forest yet, as far as I know. So, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I'm going to do the things that I want to do in the forest, and come back a little bit less often, and with a little bit more passion about it. Because, like I said, I don't want to drill my passion to the ground. So, what are we doing right now? Well, we are going to build a not quite sophisticated, but a reasonably sophisticated base. And I'm just playing with the book here, like I always do, because I'm awful at finding all this stuff. Okay, this is our custom foundation. I'm going to make us... It's going to be a little bit more of an advanced house than I usually go for. I'm going to have to, in between my building, go and stand by the fire. This is the other thing I wanted to have. I wanted this challenge. Oh, we've also got rabbit fur boots. I thought it would help with the cold. It didn't. Basically, while I was going through the forest and getting all the things I needed, I also grabbed every animal I could come across. I've killed so much in the last like 20 minutes. Okay, how many logs is that? 35 logs. That's not bad at all. Let's stand by the fire. So, this is the foundation of our new house. Here's the other thing. I brought explosives to the party. Hopefully we can get some trees with this. Yeah, we got 2. Just because I didn't want to spend hours and hours chopping down trees. And now I can show you another trick that I learned as I was gathering resources. I'm not really like a, here's 10 tips to survive the forest kind of let's player, but I did learn this. It takes like 4 hits to destroy a stump, and they're very quick hits with the katana. Maybe it's a bug and they're going to take it out, but it's so effective. Yeah, isn't that a cool trick? You can just get rid of stumps in like 2 seconds with a katana. Honestly, it makes it usable. I didn't really want to use it before because it was not that powerful. It is great for anything you have to hit very fast, basically. But yeah, the fact that you can destroy tree trunks with it so easily is great. I mean, we can compare. I haven't actually checked how long it takes with the axe, but I'm almost certain it takes a very long time. Okay, it's not too much faster. It is a bit faster though. I'm going to destroy all the trees. I may as well just chop these down. Okay, we basically have time to chop down 1 tree before we start getting too cold to keep going. The other advantage in starting a new game is that we're not going to see any cannibals for a while. Me blowing things up will probably speed up that process, but it won't be as quick as it would have been if we just kept on with the series we started. I am going to do all the right things to keep cannibals away though. That katana trick was definitely not that big of a trick, I see now. Because it's just the same speed basically. Right, I'm going to grab 2 logs because we're going this way, and then we're going to get the log sled. Stop again to warm by the fire. It really is a challenge. It's not a pleasant challenge necessarily. In fact, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. But it's cool as well. It's a real game changer. Oh no, I set myself on fire. I hate when that happens, don't you? Like you're just walking along and suddenly you're on fire due to your own incompetence. This is so disconcerting. I'm playing the forest and it's bloody freezing. Well, in the forest. And I'm playing from a room that is like hotter than the hottest thing in a selection of very hot things. Which I will leave to your imagination. Bloody boiling. Can't open the window though because the wind's not really roaring, but it's loud enough that my mic will pick it up. And then you will complain about the audio quality. Well, that's not fair actually. I don't think you will because so far my viewers have been really lovely. So yeah, no windows open, no cold room, no happy YouTuber. That's not true actually. I'm generally happy when I'm playing the forest. I might have to build a second smaller fire closer to the foundation. I also picked this spot because it was close to some trees and it would give us a boost in our first thing we want to do. Like it would give us a head start basically. Oh, getting a bit cold. This is a bit too risky. Let's get to our fire. Safe and sound. We also have a ton of cash because which is good for burning because I went in a cave that had loads of cash. Okay, so it's almost night time, so it's important that we get back to our actual base, our temporary base rather, before night falls. Otherwise, we are basically screwed. So I'm going to heat up at this fire and then move on to the next one, and then we will basically run it home to our base. And I'll grab sticks and stuff so that we can come back and make a fresh start in the morning. But good progress so far. I might take this with us as far as we can get it, and that way we can start a bit sooner with logging when we wake up in the morning. Since we're going this way anyway, and it's going to take us a certain amount of effort to get there. Okay, leave that there and make a break for the warm zone. Oh, enemies. I need a torch, and I'd really like to avoid them. But now that I have a big flaming stick saying, here I am, doesn't seem particularly likely. Okay, there's lots of them. I'm going to stay crouched. I have camouflage armor, so it doesn't seem too dangerous. But I'd really like to not be fighting a ton of enemies immediately. In fact, I'd like to get to my bed, be safe for a while, and then continue on with our work. I wish I had a marker telling me where my bed was. I might have to put a stick marker there. I picked up a rock, so we haven't got a torch anymore. There's our bed and safety, and we're no longer cold. This is the rationale behind the base. If we didn't have this base here, we would be mostly screwed right now, which is what happened to us last time, essentially. Okay, let's have breakfast. And some water. Oh, there's no water in our thing. Where did it go? That's so annoying. Fortunately, I filled this up. I think I'm reasonably full on sticks. Oh, no, I'm not. I've got loads left. So there you go. Let's go back to... Actually, no, I'm going to build a stick marker. This will show up on a UI, won't it? If not, it's a waste. But yeah, it looks like that'll show up on a UI. And the other one is actually not showing up. Oh, yeah. There you go. So now we can see where our base is. I'm going to put all these sticks back, and then we'll just If we can pick some up on the way, that's fine. We've got 1 stick for a torch, so we're okay for that. Let's head towards the location of our logging thing. I also chose this location because there's a little... Oh, I can grab that stick. There's a little avenue to get back up to the top here, so that makes it a little bit easier. I've also noticed that... well, I read online. I didn't notice. I read online that cannibals are affected by the cold status. So... where's our... Oh, there's our barge, our sled. Yeah, cannibals are affected by the cold status, apparently, which is really cool. So that means that sometimes you can find them dead if it's rainy, or I guess if they're in the snow biome. Is this a biome? Is that the appropriate use of this word? Honestly, I've only ever used it in Minecraft. Okay, we are good to go with the fire. Let's throw some dynamite, which again, I think is probably the wrong move in terms of, you know, staying alive in the future. But it is also a lot faster if I don't miss. I think I missed drastically. I think it bounces a lot further than I think it does. There's 2 down. Just a bit worried about these rolling away, so I'm coming to grab them manually. I don't mind using explosives in terms of like wasting it or not, whether it's a waste to use it like this. Because, you know, I'm going to use them or I'm going to forget about them. Those are the only 2 things that are going to happen. I really like the times when I can use it to good effect, for example, against a heavy mutant. I'm so awful at remembering to use them or even using them effectively under those situations that any use that doesn't involve me basically throwing it at the floor and not getting anything is the most efficient use that we'd ever get out of it from me. So no problems there. The only thing I'm worried about is attracting a bunch of cannibals because I'm doing it in the laziest way possible. And I'll cut down these trees the old-fashioned way. That was quite close. We're really, really cold. I remember that in the last episode, the one where we died, I said that we build our house over there where that little campsite is. The reason I'm not doing it there is because there was just not enough trees close enough, but also there was no places where you could get sticks. In this area, I can pick up sticks off the floor, which makes it a lot more convenient than the other places we considered. And of course, at some point, we'll have to make forays into the main forest to get some resources. We'll probably need more cloth at some point. We'll definitely need another turtle shell so that we can move our water collector. Lots of things that we'll need that we can't get from here, so... don't feel like we're abandoning the actual forest. I just noted this isn't actually clipped into the wall very well, which is a shame. And maybe I'll have to build a second foundation to extend it. I've built a little fire here, so I don't have to worry about getting cold immediately right now. Okay, last log on the foundation. All finished. It's actually the biggest construction I've ever made in the forest. So let's put on the other things we want so that we can see how it'll look. Now I can't actually reach the foundation from here by jumping. So I'm gonna have to put some stairs in there. Okay, that's only a foundation, and we need to put a floor on top as well. 25 more logs for basically the same thing again. But I'm guessing it will be snappable. Wow, that's annoying. Maybe it's the right thing to do. Maybe not. Let's see if we can actually build other things on this foundation. If so, we can just use this as the floor anyway. Yeah, you can build on that. So I'm gonna use this. Okay, there's our stairway up. It should be on the right level. We may have to jump when we come in the door, though. Let's try and put on some walls. I think we actually can't put on the walls until we can get up there and see it from a proper angle. So I'm going to go and get the rest of our logs, or more logs. Once these last 4 trees are cut down, it'll take a lot longer to get logs. We'll be relying on a lot more there and back sled rides. I may even build a second sled so that we can leave one there and take one back. But I don't know whether that actually makes things more efficient. It would make things more efficient if there was 2 of me, but on my own I think it'll just be a hassle. I should consider getting a second me though. That would probably help with a lot of things. It would also probably make a lot of things a little bit more complicated. Stairs are not quite functional. We have to jump to get in. That's fine though. I jump everywhere anyway. Right, now we can put in some doors. All that's important about the doors is that they line up with the stairs. And I guess with the front of the... Oh, the fire went out. I guess I need to feed it. Yeah, that looks like it's lining up. Just eyeball it. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So then, we can't clip the rest of the stuff to it until we have... Oh, let's kill all these birds. Quite a good haul of both feathers and meat. Oh, idiot, jumping in the fire. You'd think all this crazy loud wind would put the fire out, but apparently not. Hey, if I can't get past here, I don't think cannibals can either, so that's pretty good. Alright, let's run and get more logs. And this will probably be the last log haul of the day. It looks like it's getting dark, but that could just be the storm. It irks me a lot that these trees take as long to cut down as the larger trees. Like, it looks like you're finished and you're here for another 10 minutes after that. Despite the fact that they're a lot smaller. That one was just sticks. I wish I hadn't wasted my time doing it. We do need to build a fire though, everyone must have collapsed. We picked up exactly enough feathers to make some arrows, which is really great, because arrows can be very handy. It is getting close to nightfall, and I'd like to get back to the base, so I'm going to just do this one. Door's finished though, which is great. Now we can enter and exit. And now no cannibals can get in, because we'll just shut the door if we don't get stuck in it. Great! Completely safe. While we're here, and before nighttime, I want to see how... Well, if my leaves would get out of the way, I want to see how the other walls are going to look. Okay, I was going to use custom walls. We're going to have to use basic walls and just put them down individually, because custom walls, they think that the sides of the rock is where I want them to clip to, and that's not helpful. Okay, that one actually clipped on, which is... Oh, for God's sake. Too many fires everywhere. I'm going to finish burning to death and then I'll be back. Okay, all done with that. Yeah, that one actually clipped on, so I may try replacing that one so that it'll clip as well. But that's good. Yeah, these two need to be changed. So, let's try and head back to our house. We'll leave the log sled somewhere convenient. Oh, there's enemies. Wasn't really looking to fight. I'm going to back up, because if we have the opportunity to fight by a fire, it'll be much better. For us, not for them. Yeah, I'm going to try and edge around here. Definitely looking for us. The longer we can, like, stay off their radar, or, well, stay kind of off their radar, they're going to find us. Is that a log? Oh, I missed a stump. They're going to find us because of the stump. Well, they actually might find us because of the giant foundation we're building. And the holographic projections of walls. That might tip them off to us too. Oh, there's a log there. Our torches run out, but we should be able to make it home without any trouble. Okay, home safe and sound. I got that sound that indicates that the cannibals saw me. Like, oh, water, good. Like the notification that you need to build defenses. So I think I may have seen them for the first time, which means that their role in the forest is now sort of activated. I guess we'll see though. I like this strategy. It's working so well so far. We're gradually building up a very nice looking base. Let's grab this log. I forgot about it. I really like that the rabbits are white around here. It's very cool. Nice little change. I think they've been doing some work on this area recently. Like they updated something about the snow textures. Although, if you walk around in these upper rocks a little bit, you will see there's a ton of bugs, like a ton of errors, where the land hasn't been fixed yet. What the hell am I doing? I was trying to drop the log, but... Well, drop the log sounds gross. I was trying to put that log down, but was pressing the wrong key over and over again. Oh, placed the fire, didn't actually light it. I wish that there was a more efficient log procurement method, other than like... I think it said procurement, but I meant procurement method, other than like just chopping them down. And my rationale is that we get to a stage in the game where it's not really enough. I mean that it would be good if, for example, you could knock one log down and aim it so that it knocks into another log and gets that one too. Or I suppose when they're standing up, they're called trees. But trees just a stood up log anyway. Yeah, I don't know. It'd just be cool if I could do it a little bit more en masse. But you can never forget though, the game is still in beta. I keep reminding myself, and for some reason reminding you, but you probably know that. Oh, there's a dead rabbit here. Don't know where it came from, or why it was just lying on the floor dead and raw. Helpful though. Okay, there's a full log cart and most of the evidence destroyed. We'll come back and get those 2 logs that we can't carry. This area is littered with fires from me. Of necessity, I'm not exactly littering or something. No, they don't clip to this side for some reason, so... Oh, they do. But they clip only on the inside of it, which is weird, and only from certain angles. Well, I'll just get a line with it and make sure this thing's aligned. Okay, that's the first bit of walls down. I'm very aware that our house has holes in it. But that's fine. The mutants seem violent, but I don't think they're like perverted. They're not going to peep through the holes at us showering or something like that. Not that we're going to be able to build a shower since they haven't added plumbing to the game yet, but I'm sure it's in the next update. Make a stop off at this fire. you know, so that we don't die. Oh, our 2 logs floated away. Well, not floated, they rolled. Oh, I should mention, by the way, that we're actually on our 3rd day in the forest. Not the first as, you know, this being the first episode in a new game might imply. This is actually the 3rd day. Because I mentioned that I took all that time to gather resources beforehand. I didn't want you to think that cannibals were coming very quickly or anything like that. It is the 3rd day, so it makes sense that they're starting to be a little bit more prevalent than they usually are. Or maybe this is a bit of a hotspot and actually... Oh, we killed a bird with this tree. Great. I don't go in for achievements. I'm just not... Achievements are not one of the things that motivate me. But there should definitely be an achievement to kill a bird with a tree. That seems like the sort of thing that you should be proud of. Almost as impressive would be killing a tree with a bird. Probably more impressive, actually. Trees are pretty hard, birds are pretty soft. Well, most birds. Okay, we haven't got room for most of these logs, and I can't carry them while pushing. So let's warm up. Give the fire a bit of fuel, and then we will turn around. Oh, let's get this log first. Why can't we go forward? Oh, there's a rock. You'd think I would have seen that. I like that I can move my head. I'd love to get the Oculus Rift, or, you know, the other one, the Vive, because this would be a great game to play in VR. Absolutely terrifying, but still great. Let's build a fire up here this time. Ran out of sticks for the first time in a while, so I'm going to get some sticks. Oh, crap. I picked up another throwing rock, so I lost my torch again. Oh, I heard it. Yeah, I know. They found me. Lots of them found me. I'd like to light this fire. Okay, we did it. You won't be telling anyone what you saw today. Good. Not so badly handled. Good job we had lots of fires everywhere. I'm going to burn these guys up. And now we have our first bone armor. Oh, we can destroy this log while we're here. I wonder if that counts as the cannibals knowing where we are yet. Because we did kill them. So theoretically they aren't going back to tell anyone. Or scream it to anyone. I don't know how cannibals really communicate. Mostly like... yeah, I don't know if that counts as them knowing us, that we're here yet. But the fact that there's been them around our base probably implies that, you know, they've gone and said something's up. So, I don't think we've really necessarily avoided anything particularly. Okay, that's all our bones. So I'm going to spend some cloth making bone armor. Good, that was a good amount of armor. Got too many skulls. Which is, you know, the problem that everyone wants to have, I think. Too many skulls. See if we can make it back to our base without using another torch. Cloth is actually quite valuable. Oh, well, I can just light this, actually. Okay, there's the walls all finished. That's really good. I'm happy with that. Let's take a look from the inside. Oh, damn it. You know what I did? I was going to put a window in, and now I forgot. Well, let's see what we can do. I like all these birds gathering. Can't kill them, though. Well, I just damaged my own wall. Oh, I need to get back by the fire. Does this count as being by the fire? Okay, this will work for a second floor, I think. So I'm just going to put this in here. Let's see how it looks from the outside. Can't see it over the top. That's exactly what you're looking for, I guess. Yeah, this will definitely work. Still have a weird issue here, and I might have to put some more walls in. But yeah, I like this. In fact, I may even leave the outsides open. I'd love it if there was some way of heating a house so they don't end up, you know, freezing to death despite the fact that you're kind of protected. Where can I put logs in? Okay, only in that section over there. Okay then, I think we'll probably leave it here, or at least let's get back to our base and then we'll leave it there. I don't know why I'm holding a rock. Actually, I do know why I'm holding a rock. It's because I want to take a screenshot, and the rock is the lowest thing in your inventory if you hold it, or rather the lowest thing in your hand. Oh, cart's being a bit crazy. So let's get back to our primary base very slowly. May have to make a warmth stop on the way. Going back before nightfall is definitely the best option. Let's see if I can get some critters while we're here. That one ran away. Oh no, he's there. There's one. Oh, I missed. My mouse moved. Well, my hand moved, really. There's another. It looked like the arrow bounced off and I could get it back. Almost made it out of the frost. Oh, there's an enemy. I need to get out the frost first. Didn't see me? Good. Stamina's not coming back. Don't know what's going on there. May have frostbite. Or I may just be hungry. Like, I've got half my food gone, so I'm guessing the stamina's not coming back because I need to eat. We'll see in a second, though. Okay, let's go up here, and then we will end the episode. thank you very much for watching. This has been Gesture of None. If you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment below if you've got any ideas, suggestions, requests, anything else you can think of that you want to put in there. I hope you like the start of this kind of new series so far. It's not really new, but it's, you know, different. And it will continue. So I will see you, like I said, next Friday. There will not be an episode on Monday. Hopefully there'll be an episode of a new show on Monday. Sorry to those people who really love The Forest, but I also, you know, I hope you understand I don't want to burn myself out on it. But I do want to keep playing it. So I think this is the best compromise in those terms. Right, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on Friday.